quiet. And my logic is, if I demand her release, the ghost will get mad at me and throw her down the stairs. And she will die. Just jealousy over. I want to rage and scream, but my tongue feels fuzzy in my mouth. The fight is gone from me and I can't sound out any protest. Anything I try to say dies off in my throat, and I'm paralyzed by the way the woman looks at me, the way she has her hands around Hana's neck. Perhaps it is for the best that I keep quiet anyway. I know for a fact that one shouldn't aggravate a hostage taker. There is no winning an argument with someone who holds a life easily taken, though it is there any reason with a monster. She looks far too gleeful, far too deranged to be all there. The way she laughs as Hana begs reinforces the thought. When did this all become so fucked up? A strangled cry racks my body when Hana truly starts to beg for her life, and I only stand there, a coward with a tongue or the slightest hint of
It
heart.
hurts so much. Please, someone help me.
She's cut off as the woman's fingers tighten around her throat. To think that she's heard her pleas. To find out she's with children? To think that she's heard her pleas. To find out she's with children. Does she feel nothing? Is she so heartless to hurt children, unborn they may be? A hush settles over the room as she speaks up. Her voice is but a whisper and deathly slow, and I'm hard-pressed to hear it over the pounding of my heart in my ears. She speaks, the woman from the gardens, and the servant girl from the ballroom, from the hallucinations, visions, memories, whatever they were.
Why do you not speak up for her? Surely you must have some affection remaining for her. Is there truly no love left?
My throat runs dry and I'm scared speechless once more. The shame floods my cheeks and it becomes so difficult to even look their way. I do still love her, I really do, but I have myself to think about. Pushing in headlong into the situation is the best way to go about things. This isn't some fairy tale. I'm not some knight in shining armor. I don't think I even qualify to be some dashing prince. I'm nothing but a coward who only looks out for himself. It seems she's found what she's looking for and that she has no further use for Hana. Ooh. Okay. A hand on Hana's back sends her falling down the stairs. I move to catch her, and that sends us both sprawling at the foot of the stairs. With my back to the ground and her on top of me, the pain doesn't even register in my head. All I can worry about is Hana as I pull the both of us off the ground and away from the stairs, away from her. But it seems my sin is too grave, my blunder too big, that she can only look at me with disappointment and betrayal on her face. And though she doesn't completely shy away from me, the hold she has on my arm is light, ready to let go of me at the moment's notice. Much like I easily let her stay as a hostage. It is only fair, I suppose. I'm nothing but a coward in her eyes. A sorry excuse for a man who can't even muster up the courage to protect his wife. A coward cannot be trusted.
Sorry, Hana. I was so scared.
What are you sorry for?
What do you
It's
mean?
not like you were ever there for me to begin with.
My blood runs cold at her words, and the hollow emptiness of her words ring true. We nearly forget for a
You do not
moment.
deserve what you have.
Hearing her voice triggers something in Hana, and she starts to tear up. Her face contorts into one of pain and fear. But I grab her by the shoulders to keep her in place so that she can see me and only me, and so that I can only see her too. Except she squirms and fights against my hold, even as I try to reassure her.
Look, I'm here. You're safe. I won't let her hurt you again. You understand? Just breathe.
I don't know exactly what in bloody hell is going on, but I can't find it in me to care. Whoever these people are and whatever they're here for, this is not acceptable. For all we know, this is all some dumb charade to get to me. All the times I've seen the woman before, it could have been an act to get me going, to get under my skin. And to think they dare hurt Hana. And for that, the fear that I had felt seeing her touch Hana, I can only think of her as an actress in grotesque makeup. My hand still shakes, the fear not having quite gone, but the anger fills me as I look at the woman, a sneer on my face.
How dare you! I don't care who you are, but how dare you touch Hana! I want you out of my house, out before I call the police and have you put away for the rest of your miserable life! And that goes for all of you!
I hold my ground firm and strong with my declaration, but the nerve of her, she just laughs in my face. A terrible, dreadful laugh that makes me feel as if there were ants crawling on my skin and maggots squirming into my ears.
You are telling me to get out of your house.
You threatened to lock me up.
She laughs, then she laughs.
What's so funny? What are you laughing at? None of this is funny!
But she persists, and it almost feels like her voice is in my
Oh,
head.
no different. No different. You're all the same. You can all suffer together.
And that is when everything turns to complete and utter shite. It's a slow thing, a whisper more than a bang as the darkness creeps into every corner of the room. Okay, now I'm curious though. Let me turn this back. I want to see what happens if we had clicked the other one. Okay, let's demand her release. What am I doing? Why am I even hesitating? I wouldn't go so far as to claim that I'm any sort of decent human being. I realize now, too, that I may not have been the best husband one could ask for, but she's still my wife. And even if she wasn't, she's still Hana. Can I really live with myself if I just stood by idly while she is in danger? That doesn't change the fact that this is all fucking insane, of course. Having all these intruders is crazy. To think about going at this thing is crazy. I can hardly classify it as a person in my eyes. Perhaps it's a maggot that needs to be crushed under my shoe, just like the rest of the sorry lot. But a person? Hardly. But I cared none for any of it. They didn't matter. All that matters is that Hana is in danger. But cold pours over me, freezes me in place once more when I try to make demands. I have to take a deep breath, grit my teeth, and steel my fist to even find the courage to speak up.
Let go of her! Don't hurt her! Whatever it is you want! Just don't you dare hurt her!
And if my voice isn't as firm as I'd like, it doesn't matter. I'll beg and plead if I have to. On my knees, bend my fucking proud neck, and maybe even break it just to make sure she's safe. I don't know what I would do if anything happened to Hana. The cold stillness is gone from my body, and my very skin feels like it's on fire, and I have to shout. Scream at her when Hana continues to cry out in pain.
Money? Is that it? I'll give you however much you want.
Luke, please make it stop. I want it to stop.
Just stop whatever it is you're doing to her! Can't you see she's hurting?
I cannot stand for this.
Now!
I say with such ridiculous conviction, and of course she won't listen. Why would she? She has the upper hand here. There is no reason for her to do as I asked, but her voice is but a whisper and a deathly slow, and I'm hard-pressed to hear it over the pounding of my heart in my ears. She speaks, the woman from the gardens and the servant girl from the ballroom, from the hallucinations, visions, memories, whatever they were. A hush settles over the room as we listen. She does not love you anymore. You are nothing to her. And you wish to have her back. There are no second thoughts.
As it may, I still love her. And I will make you rue the day you were born if you don't let her go.
Though her expression doesn't change, I have this most awful feeling that it wasn't the answer she was looking for. I can see how the woman's fingers tighten around Hannah's throat, hearing the hitch in her breath, and a fear that I've made the worst decision in speaking out. I don't think she would listen, yet she does. Hand on Hannah's back sends her falling down the stairs. I move to catch her, and that sends us both sprawling at the foot of the stairs. With my back to the ground and her on top of me, the pain doesn't even register in my head. All I can worry about is Hana as I pull the both of us off the ground and away from the stairs, away from her.
Are you alright, Hana? Are you hurt?
Takes much too long for my liking before she speaks, as she's able to do a moment of whimpering pain and hand to her throat. And when she does manage to speak, her voice is far too faint along with the hold she has on my arm. It's terrifying to see her like this and to think I nearly lost her for good.
Luke, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. She just...
I have no clue which is the right way to go, so I guess we'll just continue this one and see what happens.
It's fine.
But seeing
It's
achievement
fine.
unlocked, a
You're fine.
life for a
This
life.
isn't your
We don't
fault.
know. For a moment we forget,
You
but
deserve each other.
hearing her voice triggers something in Hana and she starts to tear up. Her face contorts into one of pain and fear. But I grab her by the shoulders to keep her in place so that she can see me and only me, and so that I can
Look at
only
me,
see her
Hana.
too.
Look, I'm here. You're safe. I won't let her hurt you again. You understand? Just breathe.
I don't know exactly what in bloody hell's going on, yet I can't find anybody to care. Whoever these people are and whatever they're here for. This is not acceptable. For all I know, she is all some dumb charade. Okay, we got this part. And I think they heard. Okay.
How? I want you out of my... And that goes...
Her just she laughs in my face. Terrible, dreadful. Blah, blah, blah.
What's so funny?
No different. You can all.
That is when everything turns complete and utter shite. Okay. The walls shudder and grow, and blood runs from the ceiling and crawls down the walls and stains the floor. It feels as if the life itself is being sucked from the house slowly but surely. The beauty of the place is gone, but only the dead, decaying remains of the mansion left. I don't have to wonder if it's just the foyer that's become this nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of thunder and lashing of rain and wind against the foyer's high windows. All of it has been replaced by a more grating sound. A cacophony of voices that nowhere and everywhere echoing throughout the now horrid walls. Voice that neither belong to us nor the people who live here.
What's going on?
All through the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, a mirror to the horror creeping up in each of us. Who would be shocked by this? Excuse me. She lets her go in both options, so I don't know which one's right, but we'll have him be at least decent to try and protect her, I guess. I don't think they should be together, because he's still a horrible person and a murderer, but okay. Who wouldn't be shocked? This is insane. Even Daisy, feisty woman that she is, trembles at the sight of it, clinging desperately to Lily, while Steel and Feather stand protectively in front of the two. Brave of them, I have to admit, to put themselves in front like that. Though it doesn't necessarily mean they don't feel the same fear as the rest of us. Something I don't blame them for. There seems to be no end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like it's the beginning of the end.
Help me. Oh my god. Please, somebody. Anybody. Who are you? Stay away! No. Stay away. Stay away.
The screams fill the mansion. She laughs all the while, a harsh, agonizing sound that goes on for what feels like forever. Till there's nothing but silence, her horrid smile and a pale hand reaching out to me. Calling. Beckoning. Pleading. I'm terrified, I really am, like I should be, but I have never been one to truly stay afraid. I've long learned that fear will not get me anywhere. Cowering in a corner doesn't keep me safe and will not keep me alive, not like rage does. I've learned to use this burning hate inside of me to survive. There's no difference
Stay
now.
away from me!
Why do you wish to leave? This is where you belong, my lord. Remember the blood we share? This is your home. Don't you remember? You promised to return, to stay, together with me, with us, with people no different from you.
What is she talking about, Luke? What does she mean?
Don't listen to her, she lies. I promised no such thing to anyone. Hannah, you're the one who bought this house. How should I know what she's babbling about? I never even wanted to be here in the first place.
A terrible case of mistaken identity, that must be it, I'm quite sure of it. I don't know this woman, this monster, why would I say that to someone like her? In my entire lifetime, I've only made and kept sincere promises to a mere two people, Hannah Evans and Eleanor Chandler. No one else. The rest of those who claim I promised anything to them can go fuck themselves. Bloody hell, I may enjoy the company of women, but I'm not an idiot to start spouting such nonsense to anyone. A line must be drawn, especially if I'm to keep myself alive. And yet she still goes on, insists, making me appear a liar in front of these people.
Of course you still deny it. Have you truly forgotten? You haven't changed, I see. Still a deceiver.
She's lying!
You see, my love, nothing has changed. Still no difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us. Just like every single soul in this putrid wreck. We waited for so long. You can hear them, yes. Their pleas, their calls, their invitation. Come, my lord. The house seeks its master.
The monster reaches out again, her hands a gory, abhorrent sight. Along with that, smile spread across her face. My body's already moving on instinct, stumbling back one step at a time in a desperate bid to be away from her. Anything to put distance between me and this vile creature. No matter what she says, I am nothing like her. I need to get out of this house. Out of this country, preferably. There's nothing for me here, not anymore, nothing to keep tied to this place. With Hana planning to leave me, Shrokin likely taken by this woman, and nothing's left to bind me to this wretched city. I can leave, I can... My foot steps on something, sending me sliding on my back and flat on the floor. Besides me, a paper, familiar one, flutters down. It's this thing again from the open house, though it feels less like a gimmick and more like a threat with the recent events. It must have fallen from one of these peasants in the commotion earlier. For a moment they appear conflicted to see it in my hands, but wisely keeps their opinion to themselves, leaving the damn thing to simply bear its grisly message for everyone in the room to see. Help me. Help me. Help me. Is this it? What they've been telling us? Why everything in my life has gone to shite because of some stupid old letter? An invitation, indeed. One I'm not willing to accept, not any time. From the top of the stairs, the creature moves again, drawing my attention back to her. Her gait remains slow and awkward as she walks forward, that smile never leaving her. But I won't give her the chance. I'm not dying here. I certainly am not giving myself to a hideous creature like her either. Adrenaline kicks in, and despite panicked gas and worried glances from Daisy's friends, I pay them no mind as I reach for the main door, and, without warning, it slams open, revealing not the mansion grounds like I'm expecting. Before my mind can even comprehend what's happening, black tendrils have already coiled tightly around my limbs, dragging every person in the foyer into the room. None of us even get to scream when the darkness completely envelops us upon the doors closing.
Understand. so, my love. You belong here. Is it so difficult to grasp? We've been waiting.
There's a moment of panic when a feeling of the tendrils around my limbs finally dissipates. As soon as my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room and I'm on my feet, I'm reaching for my knife and holding it out, watching and waiting for every movement. She's using it as a way to put distance between me and these peasants. Who knows what they'll do now? We're all desperate to get out of this house. There's only 7 of us in the room, 4 of them friends at that. I cannot trust these people not to turn on me. Bloody hell, even Hana is giving me the same look as them now. Though Mint has already gone loon, crouched in a corner and muttering to herself. You can't really say anyone's safe from her. If anything, she's the one I should watch out for. I cannot trust anyone. Not anymore. Not after this. Despite the pleading look Lily shoots my way while they all huddle in the corner behind Steel and Feathers. But I have to remind myself that even people like her are capable of doing the unpleasant. She's only human after all, it's never an excuse. Why, even Hana has her cunning, manipulative moments, though she does it much subtler than I. Why else would Lily show us this letter to us the day, if not to save herself? I guess that backfired on her now that she and her own friends are still also stuck here. Still, I have every right to be livid. Everything. Everything that I've built has fallen apart, all because these people came into our lives.
All of you! This is all your fault! If I'm dying to this bloody curse, I'm taking you all down with me!
Luke, please put that knife away. This isn't going to solve anything.
Hey now, Mr. Wright. I know the situation ain't good, but we have to calm down. We're all in the same boat here.
You shut your mouth! If it weren't for you, for this letter, for all of you, none of this would have happened!
It's your life all that matters to
What
you.
about these people here? Don't they have the same problem? What about me, Luke? Do you even care?
Are you taking their side? You're also stuck in this nightmare, Hana.
That creature is out to get us, and you're still defending these people!
I'm not defending anyone, Luke. I'm just trying to be reasonable when you're clearly not.
Oh, of course you're not. You're just the one who bought this bloody mansion to begin with.
If I didn't know any better, you did this on purpose!
Why, no. Why would I ever do that? This was only meant to be an anniversary gift. For you. For us. For the family we're going to have.
Right, anniversary gift. Oh, here's your gift, darling. Oh, by the way, there's a curse included in that package. I hope that's all right.
Are you really that eager to get rid of me, Hana? Because if that's what you've been meaning to do all this time, you might as well just put a knife in my back while I'm...
Suddenly, Hana steps up and slaps the knife away from my hand. Said knife slides uselessly under the table out of my reach. Before my mind registers what happens, a sharp blow explodes in the side of my head, sending me reeling backwards. She merely stands before me afterwards, without even batting an eye, glaring at me as if she might just rip my head. Yay, Hana! Go, Hana! As if she might rip my head off in this instant. Sometimes I forget.
Don't you dare, Luke. Don't you dare imply I've ever thought of you that way.
That Hana is never the weak woman I believed her to be. How did I come to think of her as such? She used to be someone I can look up to, isn't she? When you look at her now, the way she stands tall facing a man like me, the way she has done so all those years ago, I can't help but think. Am I not responsible for taking that part of herself away from her? Enjoy your time as Mrs. Luke Wright. What a bunch of shite. Figures why she wants
And
to leave
these
me.
people are only trying to help us.
Oh, of course, by barging into our home. Are you really going to trust them to save your life? These peasants who brought this pox upon us.
Keep talking about us like that, and see if any of us here will keep you out of this place.
Rebecca, stop! All of you stop this!
To hear Lily speak out, I can't say I'm not surprised. She's always given me the impression of someone who's so meek from the moment I've met her, either from her inexperience or her station in life. She's never struck me as someone fitting to be a real estate agent. Until now. Quietly, she puts herself between me and Daisy, cutting whatever scathing words we've yet to hurl at each other. The way she glares at me, it reminds me of a little of the way my own mom would look at me. Particularly when I've done something wrong, and it's not the stare she's unused to showing. She has done this before, probably to a younger sibling. Huh. If she only sees us now as a pair of squabbling kids and not two mature adults, well, that's only to be expected. No doubt that's how she sees us. For a long moment, there's only silence in the room. Steel, the big oaf, doesn't even dare break it, neither does Feathers. They're both merely watching us, bunch of wimps, these men. Not that it matters when Lily starts speaking again, after some of the anger and tension has lifted from the room.
Please! With or without that damn piece of paper, we
A deep breath. An exhale. And then she closes her eyes, a crease forming between her eyebrows while she grips her hand tightly in front of her.
Still would have ended up in this mess.
The atmosphere that descends into the room right after that admission is anything but pleasant. Can I call it that? An admission? It seems like it from the way her eyes nervously flick between her friends and I. She appears to know more than she's let on, and how she makes herself appear smaller after dropping that bomb on us doesn't sit quite well with me. And patience is something I don't have the luxury of having right now and bestowing upon other people. What else does this girl know? What else is she not telling us? Because from the looks of this, even her friends has no idea what she's talking about. And willing to wait, I grab her arm before she retreats without explanation, waving the letter still in my hand in front of her.
Sir, you're hurting me.
Hey, hands off her, right? Fuck off, Feathers. I have questions for your friend, and she better have the answers.
Luke, will you stop taking it out on every single person?
Your friend is hiding something, Daisy.
She struggles for a moment, but my hold eventually forces her to look up at me. Fear and uncertainty spreads across her features, especially when her eyes land on the damn paper. As much as I want to be considerate right now, I want answers.
Lily?
I'm not sure about it.
Don't give me that, you know something!
Ow! Please, sir. I know the paper is useless, okay?
As I mention the letter, all of a sudden, Mint stands. I've almost forgotten she's here, her scrambling having faded away by the shouting. Without the warning, she snatches the paper out of my hand. It's a miracle it didn't rip right then and there, but the way she glares at it, I think she may want to do exactly that.
We should have gotten rid of this thing. We should have burned it at the first opportunity we got.
No, even if we rip it to shreds, it won't do anything. I think...
You don't know what I've seen, Santos. There were children, victims, all because they had no idea what this thing will do to them. Oh God, those poor souls. They were screaming and begging before she...
Then what about those people they mentioned in the news lately? All those who died? My coworkers? The open house clients? None of them had seen it. Even Rose. And yet they're all dead. I should know. That letter has been with me since I picked it up. And I swear I didn't make copies of this thing. Even if I wanted to save myself, I wouldn't do that to my friends. Or anyone.
Is that what the trip to BRC was for?
Yes, I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you guys until I was certain. None of you believed me the first time. I had to find proof.
And yet we're all here! Are you taking me for a fool, Lily?
I have to go with whiskey on this. Who knows how many has already seen this before you found it? This cursed thing has to go!
We would have ended up here either way. Maybe? I really don't know. Sir, please. All I know is that paper isn't the reason why all of this is happening. There's something else that...
This place.
Steele's been quiet this entire time, that the sound of him talking, however whispered it is, still manages to catch us all off guard. We all pause, turn to him, likely the same question in our eyes.
What?
Oh, I just thought... I mean, it's a straight thought, alright? Don't take my word for it.
No, it might be something. What about this place, Zach?
There's still a moment where he hesitates, but Lily urges eventually spurs him into speaking.
I was just thinking... Maybe Ash is right. For why you went here. This is where Bella found that thing, right? And then... this.
It was just a hunch, Zach. We were not getting anywhere. But just because we went here doesn't mean we will find all the answers we need here. Hell, now we're stuck here.
Regardless, Steele pauses, allows Lily to remember. Soon enough, whatever is done on her, and her face lights up with something like hope. Of all things in this nightmare, hope. Her head snaps up and she reaches for Steele's arm to give it a squeeze. A reassurance or a confirmation. The meaning is lost even to Daisy, who glances at them baffled.
Belle, what are you... Becca, it's this place. Think about it.
What? You mean, like, burn this place down?
I still think we should get rid of this letter before we start thinking of destroying a place with some historical value.
What? No! We are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you peasants! I just spent a fortune on this!
Seriously, Luke. Are you really more worried about that?
Buttercup, mansion, millions. It's gonna take years getting all that money back!
Well, you certainly won't be getting any of that money if you're dead. Really, Luke? Is that more important than your life?
Bloody fucking hell! Not only do I have trespassers on my property, but they're also arsonists!
How dare they suggest something like that? Bloody peasants. My head's already aching just listening to them, to think this is all solution they can come up with. I should have just stabbed all of them and made a run for it. It doesn't help that with each second we spend talking here, the crazier this whole place gets. The voices have become louder and somehow sounding more vicious. If things in this room start floating, mark my words, I will fucking flip out. And they may not be thinking of it right now, but eventually they'll turn on me. Such is the nature of humans. Better find a way out of this place as soon as possible if I want to stay alive. Fuck, I still have so much to do. None of our choices seem sound, but who knows? We don't understand a shite about this place. Might as well try everything, yeah? Whatever works. If I also have to be the one to make that bloody decision, so be it. Less room for errors, with the only sane one doing the thinking. Oh god. One of the off chance I'm wrong, well, they suggested it. Oh, that's a good question. Screaming in my ear as I go to the bathroom. I feel like that's just gonna kill us all. But let's go for it. I'm going to regret this, I will. But with these cries growing louder, this has become the easiest decision I've ever made. I'm getting tired of hearing her sobbing, really. It's just irritating. Isn't she getting tired of it? Besides, someone has to act fast. Think fast. And what else is the root cause of problems but this place where the letter was found? No need to make things more complicated. It started here, why won't it end here? If what Lily has said is true, then there's all the more reason to destroy it. Put an end to this madness before someone thinks of putting this bastard place up in the market. When I get out of this place, I swear I'm suing a bunch of people, run that estate company to the ground if need be. There we go. We spent millions, damn it. Millions. With a sigh and perhaps a heavy heart, I open up one of the drawers in my study table, taking a bottle of liquor out for myself, then passing it on to every occupant in the room. They accept it, but not without a look of protest or confusion glanced my way. It does shut them up. It does shut them all up, so maybe I've done something good.
Look, this isn't the time.
Even more when I pop the cork of the bottle and pour its contents onto the floor.
What are you simpletons waiting for?
We waste no time dousing the whole room, the smell of alcohol filling the air. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they're more than eager to set this whole place on fire. The blaze catches easily in the room when I set it alight using the blast paper as kindling. With the whole place drenched with wine and all manner of things alcoholic have been hiding from Hannah, the small room soon turns into an inferno. In a matter of seconds, we're out the door. It doesn't actually lead where I'm hoping it will. Although ending up in the kitchen does give us more reason to play like a bunch of pyromaniacs. Fishing the liquor stocks from the cupboards, we also do the same thing we've done to the study. Door after door in every room we pass, pouring bottle after bottle of expensive aged liquor and setting everything on fire, only leaving once the blaze has started in earnest. When we run out of liquor, we simply drop the bottle and take off to one of the many nooks I've stashed one. And there's no lack of it in here, and hard stuff, the shorts, the watered down kind, gifts from distant relatives, friends, so-called friends, you name it. I've made sure there's always one within reach.
How many of these things do you keep in this house?
Maybe there's insurance, yeah. You would think with $1 million home, well, millions of dollar home, you would put insurance on it for arson. Just say a fire started and just because there's so much alcohol, it just didn't stop. Yes. Glug, glug, glug.
I always have a few bottles in the bedroom, the parlor and the dining room.
You have problems, man.
Well, isn't this the time to discuss them?
Turns out it'll be useful now. Not to drown out my sorrows, but for this, wonders of wonders, though I suppose I cannot say it has also saved my life. But there's no time for some introspection now, because with each room we pass, we burn. The place also becomes easier to navigate. As if it's slowly righting itself, returning to what it's supposed to be. Soon we finally find ourselves standing before the main door. The strong odor of burning wood, cloth, and varnish alike wafts from the under doors of the rooms we previously torched, slowly filling the hall with a thick black smoke. Blaze has also started in earnest in every part of the house. I can already feel the heat seeping from the rooms I felt set aflame. And in a matter of minutes, flames will engulf the whole house. Fittingly, this is where she appears again before us, watching us from the top of the stairs while her world goes up in flames around her. However, what catches my eye is that expression on her face. Not the vile smile I've already grown accustomed to, or the one where her eyes gleam with complete hatred. This one, forlorn, is the only word I can think to describe it.
Please, help me. Help me, please.
Can the dead still feel? Can she hear us, or is this merely another one of her tricks to trap us in this nightmare? Like this, however, she seems almost like the woman she used to be, and I don't waste any time pondering over it, now with the exit just a few steps away. The door is finally open, and through it I can glimpse the world outside. Safety. However, I do turn, if only to see the last of her. A farewell more than anything. For all her attempts to lure me, draw me in, her wishes to be with me, she does not stop me. When I finally run from this horrid place, quietly she disappears. Watching a multi-million-pound house burn before me, For some reason, nothing about this bothers me. Maybe it's that one last look on her face that has changed it. Maybe it's what I've seen and heard inside. There's only a calm, a stillness. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside. And with it is the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. Ever so slowly, the sky begins to lighten before my eyes. Darkness giving way to the warm morning hues, soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxborn's countryside. Nearby, the trees sway and rustle with the breeze, a passing draft that carries even into the room from outside, cold enough to make me shiver. The remains of the storm that has passed. In the distance, I can hear the soft chirping of birds while the rest of the world stirs, wakes. Dawn at last. We are free.